Global Climate Action Summit, and we're out here asking people how they feel about the Environmental Protection Agency.
Well, the environment is fundamental to all aspects of human life. You know, our jobs, our families, our health all depends on the environment. And so it simply makes sense that we would have at the federal level an environmental protection agency to regulate the safety and prosperity of that environment.
That's a big question.
That is a big question. I mean, like, there's how I feel about the mission of the EPA and how I feel about how the actual EPA works and what its function is in our communities and our societies.
To have regulations around how much companies or individuals in the world are emitting to harm the environment.
Clearly a very important agency. It helps make sure all the corporations are doing the right things and being accountable for all of the things that they're putting into the air, water.
I think we need environmental protection in general simply because it's clear that we have a human impact linked to environmental changes. Personally, I worked on migration, so the impact of climate change on people have to move because they cannot stay where they are. So we need some kind of protection to help people to be able to have productive lives.
That's one of the most important government agencies that we have, because it's charged with regulating our environment and the places where we live, our natural resources, and protecting us all.
And do you believe that the Environmental Protection Agency is doing all that it could or everything it should be doing?
Well, I think it's doing all that it can be doing in the context of a Trump administration, but it certainly is not doing everything that it should be doing. It shouldn't be allowing so much hydraulic fracturing to be taking place. It shouldn't be allowing so much greenhouse gas emissions to take place.
No. I mean, is there any government agency that's ever doing enough or is ever going to make the right decision? No.
I don't think I'm well informed to know. I hear about countries having either sanctions or new regulation around this stuff, but I frankly don't hear a lot about the results.
And how do you feel about the current rollbacks or cutting of support for the EPA?
I think it's a crime against humanity and a crime against nature. We should all be outraged. We should rebel.
Not good. Yeah, it definitely is like a bad thing. Like, we've had to fight to get to the place where we are, and all those things are super important. So.
I mean, they're bad. Basics. It's never a good sign when there are rollbacks in environmental protections. It's never like a good indication of what's going on or like general trends that are happening, and it is definitely like a signal of like much worse things to come.
Well, ultimately, we're just shooting ourselves in the foot, so to speak, because if you don't pay for environmental protection, you end up paying to deal with pollution. You end up paying for people having cancer or asthma or all these other environmental problems.
Yeah.
So an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
So generally speaking, I think it's very important to ensure that we have dedicated resources. It's not a luxury than to put money into protecting environment.